Gypsy Rose was released from prison yesterday, and I made a video giving my take on the situation. And I don't believe that my opinions are really that controversial at all, but apparently some people believe so. But here's the way I see it. I feel as if Gypsy Rose has been set up for failure. Any small opportunity that she had to get out and try to live a somewhat normal life was snatched away from her the very second she stepped foot out of prison. And some of this is because of her own doing. But at the same time, I think we have to understand that what this woman went through was very traumatic. The type of stuff that she was put through mentally, I don't think you ever get over that. So for the remainder of Gypsy's life, she's going to be battling inside with what she went through when she was younger. So getting out of jail, I would think, maybe the best thing to do is to go talk to a therapist, talk to somebody, do something like that, not have a camera crew filming a documentary from the moment you step foot out of prison. And listen, prison is nothing to play with. Transitioning from prison to the outside world isn't easy, which is why they have halfway houses and stuff like that to help prisoners transition from prison life to life in the outside world. But there's no halfway house. There's no transition period for Gypsy. She comes straight from jail for what happened, straight to reality television. And I don't see I don't understand how so many people don't see the problems with this. Have you seen reality TV lately? Have you seen what happens to people when they get sucked into Hollywood and all of that stuff? Have you not looked at what happens to child stars and things like that growing up in Hollywood? But Gypsy has already been sucked into celebrity status. And they are going to milk her dry. And when they're done, they're not going to be there to pick up the pieces. They're going to take advantage of this woman every step of the way. They're going to milk whatever money, whatever attention, whatever clout, whatever views they can get out of her, and then they're going to hang her up to dry. But you see, unlike maybe you or me, I think Gypsy's kind of been through enough, and I don't know if she can take what they're about to throw at her. I would have to believe that regardless of what she may show you, what she went through as a child, what she did, what she sat in jail for, and all of the years she sat in jail, that had to do something to her mentally. It had to. And people like that can be very sensitive, very fragile. And do you really think that this woman can handle what the world is about to throw at her, what Hollywood, what the entertainment industry is about to throw at her, what the reality show circuit is about to throw at her? I mean, I honestly believe that she still has the mentality of a young child, or she's definitely not as mature as the average person her age, and she can't really necessarily be blamed for that. And you're taking this girl who went through all of this crazy stuff, winded up doing something crazy, sitting in jail for years and years and years for it, and you're taking her out and you're feeding her directly to the wolves. Make no mistake about it, Gypsy Rose has been fed directly to the wolves. Straight up reality television. It won't be long before she's on OnlyFans or something like that. And it may sound funny, but it's true. And I don't know much about her hubby or this dude that she's with now. But think about it. Think about what Gypsy was in jail for. Don't you think it's a bad look that you pull up picking up this woman in a car with a hitman license plate after she, kind of convinced some dude with autism to do something horrible to her mom? Don't you think it's kind of weird? Read the room. You're picking up a prisoner in jail for her mother's death. But you're pulling up in a hitman car. Some older dude, and I don't know much about him. I'm sure some of the people watching this video know more about this than I do. But I don't have to sit here and do hours of research into this guy to know that this is a bad look. A bad look. I mean, what type of creepo does stuff like this? I think it's weird when people write, people who are convicted of these high-profile crimes in jail and start relationships with them. It's weird. It's weird when women love these serial killers, right? So I think this is just as equally weird. And I think there's something really kind of creepy and predatory about it. Because when you hear Gypsy Rose's story, what makes you think, oh, I want to start a relationship with that girl? I want to start a relationship with the girl who was mentally screwed by her mom and made to believe that she was so sick and she was, it's disgusting. And regardless of Gypsy Rose's age, it's like, I can't help but look at her almost as a kid. You know what I mean? So I really feel like this dude is taking advantage of this situation, taking advantage of her. Probably sees her as an easy target because of what she's already been through mentally. Oh, I could probably manipulate her. But speaking of manipulation, I said this in my last video. There's no denying the fact that Gypsy Rose is a very manipulative person herself. And I'm not going to shy away from that. And I understand there's a conversation to be had. Well, hell, people are making TV shows about you. You can get out here and make your money. I get it. Gypsy Rose needs money. If I was in her position, I would probably do the same. But regardless, money, no money, you can't look at this situation and think that she is being set up for success. Yeah, she may have some short-term financial gain. But in my opinion, she's going to be eaten alive. And maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I am wrong. But to step foot out of prison, you don't have any time to yourself to get your thoughts together, to get your mind right, to adjust to the outside world. You're automatically filming a reality TV show. I believe there's a book coming out sometime in the next few months. And this is not a person who was raised in stardom, that understands the circuit, that understands the industry. This is someone who was just sitting in jail 2 days ago for the murder of her own mother. Someone who we know was fragile, who we know who wasn't allowed to grow naturally like most human beings. Someone who had information suppressed from them. Someone who, was made to feel like they were younger than they were. It's just disgusting, honestly, when I really think about it. And like I said in the last video that I made about this, I don't think these are the type of people that we should glorify and put on a pedestal. I don't think these should be the people that we treat as celebrities that people look up to. Like, I don't see, Gypsy Rose's story is crazy, but she's not a role model. She's not a role model. And I don't understand the interest that people are going to have into watching this girl live out the rest of her life. And, there will be people who say, leave it alone. But that's not what's happening here. You can't say, hey, leave Gypsy Rose alone. She needs her privacy, as she's filming reality shows. This girl is eating it up. I know that she is thoroughly enjoying the attention. And that can get to your head very quickly, especially when you have the mentality that she has. And it all looks like a recipe for disaster. And I wouldn't be even making this video if it wasn't for the weird feeling that I get when looking at this situation. Like, when I heard she was getting out of jail, I was like, okay, cool. But when I saw that she got out of jail, and I saw what it was already turning into from the moment she stepped foot out of prison, it was already the Gypsy Rose show was starting. It gave me this weird feeling. And I said it on Twitter or X, go follow me over there if you haven't already. I got a weird feeling that this woman's story is going to get even crazier. It's going to get even crazier. And the attention that she's enjoying right now, it's not going to be there forever. And when it goes away, people often do desperate things to get that level of attention again. And like I said, she's already fallen victim to this wicked industry that chews people up, they spit them out, they milk you for whatever you're worth, and then they hang you out to dry. Today, you'll see the articles, oh my God, we're so glad Gypsy Rose is home. A couple years from now, they'll be smearing her in the tabloids, taking pictures of her looking crazy while eating Hardee's. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a brutal, brutal world out there in the entertainment industry. And she has flung herself headfirst into it. Her first day out of jail. And the last point I want to make is we have to remember why she was in jail and the situation that she came from. This is not a woman that lived a normal life, did something bad, went to jail, and got out and tries to adjust to the normal life she had. She never had a normal life. She never lived life as an adult. She doesn't know what it feels like to be an adult in the free world, really. Right? Not a real adult. So that's already tough enough. The odds were already stacked up against Gypsy Rose from when she got out of jail, period. Take all this extra stuff and you could take it out of the equation. The odds were not stacked in her favor. And now, I'm just saying, you see what the entertainment industry does to powerful, rich, successful people who have lived awesome lives. What do you think it's going to do to someone who's already kind of broken, who never took the time to heal, who never took the time to fix themselves because they flung themselves to the wolves for a quick buck the moment they got an opportunity at a new life? Well, with that being said, feel free to agree or disagree in the comments below. While you're down there, make sure you subscribe. If you want to donate to the channel, you can do so via Cash App or Super Thanks. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, ring the notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next video.